Good morning. It's wonderful to meet you and welcome to South African Tourism Stand at WTM 2019. My name is Ian Uthermohlen. I'm the Regional General Manager for Team Europe, looking after 4 hubs, 15 markets, and around 80 staff and supporting business partners in our very important Europe region.
Brilliant. Thank you for talking to Break and Travel News this morning. I wanted to open with your new president, Cyril Ramaphosa. Sorry.
Cyril Ramaphosa.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
What does this change in administration mean from a tourism perspective?
It's a very important one. Our President Cyril Ramaphosa announced at the State of a Nation address that he wanted tourism to contribute to doubling its business from 10.5 million to 21 million by 2030. Our President has put tourism at the forefront of South Africa's objectives to drive employment, to drive better South Africa, and to hopefully contribute to GDP to help our country in a very difficult time at the moment because unemployment has risen to 30%. So our President and the Cabinet are reaching out to tourism as a top 2 economic sector to drive job creation and better lives for South Africans.
Brilliant. And where will this new source market come from? Is China important for you?
China is an extremely important market for South African tourism. Our Minister of Tourism has recently just visited China. We've signed a deal with Tencent, which is WeChat. We can tell you that China is one of the most difficult markets to reach consumers because of the fragmented media landscape. There's a proliferation of so many different media channels. It makes it very difficult to unlock and get to your consumer heartland. What we know with this partnership, our 2-year partnership, is that the WeChat platform connects with the right consumers, and they'll be helping us with digital campaigns and making sure that our key messages for the China market actually get through to the right audience and inspire them to search for information and consider South Africa for a holiday in the future. So a fantastic opportunity to really drive our business out of the Chinese region.
For the first time ever, South Africa tourism has been actively promoting the Free State province as a destination for UK and Irish travellers. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
So we have 2 key strategies for the UK market. The first is we have a first-timer strategy, and those are for the visitors who are visiting our country for the first time. We use iconic attractions, the Western Cape and Gauteng, from Table Mountain to the wine routes, to our scenic beauty in Cape Town, to the Apartheid Museum in Gauteng, to the Cradle of Humankind. We know first-time visitors must experience that. What we've done in the UK through a campaign called Discover My South Africa, which is an award-winning campaign, by the way, which the results will be announced tonight at the Travel Awards. What we did is we tested the UK market, particularly with people that visit us, and we wanted to see what experiences they were looking for because we're finding that the first-timers are coming back to the Western Cape and Gauteng. And through this campaign, through an EEG brain recognition, which measures your emotion, we took the consumer through a different tunnel of different experiences. And what that does, it profiles you after you've been through the activation. So it helps us then from retargeting and getting repeat visitors to do something different. And what it told us is that adventure was coming up as a key need for the consumer in the UK. And we believe that the Free State can offer the repeat visitor, not the first-timer, great opportunities. We've got a lovely lot of adventure to do, particularly in the Clarence area, which is about 2.5 hours from Johannesburg. It's a little town full of art, bustling buskers. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. And you're not far from the Maluti Mountains where you can hike, where you can canoe, you can do white river rafting. There's prolific mountain biking and a lot of tourism potential in that area. So that's just the Clarence area. In Bloemfontein, in the heart of the Free State province, we have it's the only city in the world with a game reserve in the middle of the city. So you can go for lunch. It doesn't have the big 5. It just has giraffe and zebra and antelope. But after lunch in the flower city, you can drive up the mountain, spend an hour looking at animals, and then go on to your next experience. There's also a Basotho village, which is a great product near the Clarence area. where you can immerse yourself in the Basotho culture and really get to understand the way they used to live and how they celebrate their culture in such a unique and beautiful way.
Wow, that sounds amazing, thanks. You mentioned an award that we'll get later. I just wanted to ask how important industry accolades such as the one you took, which is the world's leading festival and event destination in Cape Town for the World Travel Awards. How important are those types of awards to you?
Well, I think award-winning work recognises the destination marketing company or South African tourism. It recognises great work, so it tells people, it tells investors, it tells people looking in, and particular stakeholders who we represent in South Africa, that our work is getting breakthrough and it's getting recognised. You can't have awards without results, so we focus purely on results. That's what makes us get up in the morning, is to make sure that all our hard work, all our investments are getting the best results for South Africa. So to be awarded for the work and the award you just mentioned and the Discover Your South Africa campaign in the UK is the cherry on the top to celebrate good work. It gives our teams and our business partners excitement. It motivates them to actually do better work. But ultimately, it's about the results for our country. Did that work move our arrivals? Did it increase spend in our country? Did it take visitors out of the Western Cape and put them into other areas around the country?
And how important is the UK as a source market for South Africa?
The United Kingdom is our number one source market, air market for South Africa. It's our biggest market as well. It is from 2015 after Ebola, which happened in West Africa, and the epicenter was closer to the UK. We had not one reported case of Ebola in southern Africa. Unfortunately, it affected our business. In 2016, the UK market bounced back by growing at 10%, which is double-digit growth in a mature market. In 2017, we defended that the additional 40,000 arrivals that came from this market. Unfortunately, we were on a very strong drive to get more arrivals when we had day zero, unfortunately. We unfortunately had a drought, which happens in all countries across the world. China's had it. In fact, they have water restrictions as we speak. Los Angeles, major cities continue to have droughts and deal with water shortages for the future. So unfortunately, our momentum in 2017 was lost going into 2018. So we ended the year on 430,000 arrivals, which is about a 2% decline. What we can tell you, though, in 2019, for the first 6 months, we've continued to reposition and make sure that our key stakeholders and consumers know that we have sufficient water for guests. And we see a step change in the forward bookings going to double digits going forward. So we're sitting at August. The UK market is just showing a little bit of growth. It's just above flat, about 0.7%, but the outlook is looking very positive. The highlight, though, is that our spend, now how we measure spend is what the British consumer or the UK consumer, what they bring into South Africa and what they spend. We're sitting at 53% up from Jan to June. Only 9% of that is exchange rates. The rest is is attributed to consumers staying a day longer in South Africa and spending more money on activities, which tells us that our marketing work in the UK is getting traction, because all our work is centered around spreading people around our country, so we can get growth in other sectors in around the country and getting people to stay longer and spend more money to benefit our people, to alleviate, to create job opportunities for our people. So it's a highlight is that our spend is up at 53%. It's a great performance by the team. Very proud of them, despite the flatness of the arrivals. But we know we've got the England cricket team touring South Africa in December to February, and the Barney Army. We work very closely with them, and we're expecting between 10 and 20,000 visitors from this market on top of the arrivals to celebrate their team and enjoy our unique tourism assets for 2-3 months.
Sounds great. And Khomotso Ramothea has been appointed your new representative here in the UK. What are her objectives?
Yes, Khomotso Ramothea was appointed as the acting hub head for the UK Ireland hub from the 1st of October 2019. The first and foremost is to protect our brand equity and drive our business strategy, our marketing business strategy. Khomotso is also accountable for the leadership and the management of the small team we have in the UK, and it's very, very important for Khomotso to build and maintain the relationships that we have with key stakeholders in the United Kingdom.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for talking to us this morning.